In his day, Sokolov was Dunwall's genius. He transformed our city with his inventions. Electricity for the factories and carriages racing along above the streets. As I grew up, his buzzing and glowing devices kept me safe. His stories always made me giggle, and his outrageous conversations shocked aristocrats and overseers alike. Now, all these years later, Kirin Jindosh is Karnaka's genius. A mad inventor who has given the Duke sinister machines that move like people but aren't. Clockwork soldiers that fight and kill. I've got to find out where Sokolov's being held and bring the old man back alive. Rescue one genius and cage the other before he creates an army of clockwork soldiers.
And we're back! Dr. Hypatia needed a place to sleep, so it cleared the stuff out of the spare cabin. I was able to sell most of it. Here's what's left of the money. It's not a lot, I know. Whale oil is expensive and under Imperial rationing decree, but you know that. Damn! Yeah, I get it. It's my fault about the fucking rationing. Also, you'll notice we have a little souvenir from the Addermeyer Institute. That is the syringe we used to cure Hypatia. Oh, we also have a helmet from one of the guards. I assume that is basically because I choked a bull out. It's time to write in our journal. The Crown Killer is no more. Next, Jindosh. I finally uncovered how my enemies created the Crown Killer. What better way to erode confidence in me before the coup? If I had stopped to think about it for even a few minutes, maybe I could have kept my people's trust. But that would have required patience. And my advisors always remind me that I have none of that particular trait. But to use Hypatia's own serum against her? Horrible. I'm happy I could find a cure. She's a brilliant alchemist. Now she can continue her research to help the people of Serkonos. I wasn't able to rescue Sokolov. He's been taken elsewhere, to Kirin Jindosh's mansion. He's the inventor of the Clockwork Soldier, and if he's able to use Sokolov's genius for his own plans, it might be very, very bad. I've seen his killing machines in action at Dunwall Tower. I can't allow Delilah to have such an ally. I'm sure Jindosh takes pleasure in keeping his intellectual rival captive. Well, it won't be for long, if I have any say in it. The Dreadful Whale. What a weird name. It's hard to sleep on this ship, and when I do, my dreams are troubled. Well, I'm awake now, and thinking about Sokolov. I remember him at the Hound Pit's pub, so long ago, trapped like a beast in a cage. He smelled of stale piss and rotting meat. But they couldn't break him. He held on to himself and picked him again as my tutor. Something I needed in the aftermath of my mother's death. Beware of dignitaries bearing gifts, he used to tell me. But I was still a child and I liked gifts. I thought nothing sounded more pleasant. Now I know better. I also find myself thinking of Callista, my old governess. She always wanted to travel the world on a big boat. Eventually, she left Dunwall and stopped writing a few months later. So we know Sam's gone. Does that mean Callista's dead too, or is she just missing?
I just want Anton back here, safe and sound. How did that old fool come to mean so much to me?
You grew attached. That's fine, that's natural.
You...
Drain engine room. Another week, another leak. I wasted hours on it and couldn't get it stopped. I'll shut the water off, assuming I can find the crank wheel. Something to deal with once Sokolov is safe. Check bridge tubing, done. Haul down oil, done. Buy onions, done.
Might want to talk to Hypatia before we head out. She's taken one of the rooms. Just for a while, I think. Needed to be away from Adamire.
Yeah, no worries, all good. I'll talk to her. But I want to do some exploring first. What's this about a crank wheel?
Megan must be up on deck.
Oh, she left. Okay. A lecture on blood fly fever. A transcript of a lecture given at the Academy of Natural Philosophy by Dr. Alexandria Hypatia. Direct attention to Chart 7. Here you have the final stage of the blood fly infection. This patient is 37 years of age and was a school headmistress before her unfortunate encounter with a large nest in her deceased uncle's greenhouse. Note the lesions on her face and arms and the larval swellings throughout her body. But what the drawing cannot show is her demeanor before death. The most striking symptom of progressed infection is the protective attitude demonstrated towards the nest. This tells us, even prior to autopsy, that the larvae, or their byproducts, have infected the intention center of the victim's brain. Direct attention to Silvergraph image number 4. There is no cure once the condition has advanced this far, though you can make the patient less agitated with a generous dosing of opiates. The subject died 3 days after this Silvergraph was taken. Direct attention to Chart 8. And here is the fully mature insect after its post-blood fly transformation. Now in beetle form, note it has dropped its wings. It is no longer aggressive and has many beneficial qualities, especially in the field of agriculture. Without these insects, many crops across Serkonos would suffer, leading to loss of yield and a marked reduction in profits.
That wasn't here before. Botany and diseases.
No, it wasn't, so that was obviously Hypatia's. Also, that's fascinating. So, Serkonos still
Ramsay
actually...
and the Crown Killer. 2 pieces of the puzzle.
Oh my god.
More to go.
Oh my god, can you, shut up? I'm trying to talk here. Serkonos needs the blood flies. But the infestation is terrible. Ah, there's the crank wheel. I'll grab that in a minute. Ah, there you are! Book number 2, a reflection of my journey to the Pandician continent. We were only miles from shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow and spied. A reflection on my journey to the Pandician continent, number 2, by Anton Sokolov, chapter 14. We were only miles from shore, but our approach was marred by numerous hidden reefs and jagged rocks. They lay shallow, and we spied 2 vessels that had succumbed to them some time ago. The remaining crew was uncharacteristically silent as we edged by the weathered wrecks. The first mate declared a particularly narrow channel to be unpassable, but the captain dispatched 10 crewmen onto the submerged coral with sledgehammers. Thereafter, each chest deep in water, they pulled the Antonia Aquilo into the tiny channel with ropes. It proved a marvelous solution. However, just as we were about to lower the rope ladders, tragedy struck as the men were beset by a school of reef-dwelling eels. Apparently, their toxic bites were quite painful. From the railing, we could see them swarming the men, who begged us for aid before succumbing to the paralytic effects of the toxin. Within moments, all were still in the water. We continued on, in silence, and by sunset we had cleared the bars and put anchor in a bay with a red rock beach and an emerald overgrown growth beyond. I confess I was near giddy to put my feet on land again. The smell of ripened fruits and warm earth was as pleasing to me as a cherished vintage. We gathered wood and made fires and indulged in some tinned meats and lemons from our stores. How good it was to slumber on the beach with a crackle of embers nearby, having finally escaped the cramped and damp quarters of our vessel. We took turns with the watch and passed a quiet night. At last, we stood on Pendician soil. I have to read the other two to you in the journal because I picked them up earlier just to make sure that I didn't miss them. At dawn, I set out with the group that foraged east and included 2 other natural philosophers and 4 crewmen. We used blades to clear the vegetation that grew thickly here and slowly made our way away from the shore up a steep incline. Our purpose was to gather samples of the native plants for our research journals. I found myself pressing leaves and stems between pages and taking copious notes on several species of flora I surmised no human had ever set eyes on previously, when suddenly young Mr. Gravitt from the academy began hopping about and screaming wildly. Chance had bade him pick an unfortunate place to step. Aggressive ant-like creatures swarmed him from below. So many in number were his tiny attackers that he quickly lost sight of him under their onslaught. We finally managed to pull Gravitt from the insects, acquiring several painful welts where we had come to his aid. Mr. Gravitt, however, was bitten, or stung, as I would eventually discover, so many times he was barely recognizable. Swollen unto deformity over every inch of his person. Moaning like a sick bull, he expired before we could carry him back to the beach. Luckily, some of the creatures still clung to him, providing me with precious samples. Yeah, way to pick your priorities there, dude. 2 dead on our first day on the continent, but the new world was not sated and would have 1 more. None other than the captain himself. His group had found a cluster of small rodents much like rabbits or prairie moles. The lure of fresh meat proved too much a temptation for our good captain, who had dined on scant fish and the same rations as the crew all these dreary months. He was able to grab one of the creatures with his bare hands, but the docile beasts were not so tame after all. Having allowed the captain to pick it up, the creature became enraged and delivered several stings from a gland hidden in its tail. The captain complained of heat and itching where the stings had penetrated, but insisted they press on. He died of asphyxiation within a quarter hour. It was suddenly obvious to me that at this rate of attrition, we would not only fail to sufficiently research the continent, but we might soon lack enough crew to make the return voyage. Something had to be done to save the venture, and so I immediately declared myself captain. On my orders, the remaining crew kept to the relative safety of the beach for the duration of the week, though I sent 2 young academy students armed with nets and cages to fetch a live sample of the prairie mole that had so swiftly killed the captain. As first and foremost, ours was a research expedition. Yeah, Sokolov was not a good guy. Not initially, anyway. He got better in time. Like wine. Or so I've been told. Now it wants me to put this here. And turn. The water is off. I am helping.
Excellent.
Nerve of the Grand Guard, trying to keep me from leaving.
Hi, are you okay?
Oh, you're here.
Hi.
Stay with me a moment.
Yeah, sure. No worries. I just wanted to check to make sure you're okay.
Dr. Hypatia, can you remember anything that might help me? I need to find Anton Sokolov. He could be the key to unraveling the Duke's plans.
My memories are disjointed. The Duke is close to his Grand Inventor, Kirin Jindosh. But that man has the empathy of a mantis. He seems to both admire and despise Sokolov. We visited Aramis Stilton.
Oh, damn.
I liked him.
Glitches.
But something bad happened. Just snatches of memory. Sorry.
You should rest easy for a while. Maybe some of that will help.
I hope so. I'm not sure I even fully understand what you did for me, but I owe you for helping me at Adamire. Thank you.
No worries, Hypatia. On a boat. With friends, I believe. I slept. Thankfully without the usual nightmares. Perhaps the sea air does me good. The captain, Megan Foster, brought some tea earlier. Such an interesting woman. She seemed to understand about my strange disjointed memories and the feelings of dread that accompanying them. As soon as I am able, I must return to Admire. So much of the last few months seems a blur. What was I accomplishing? What of my research into serums for the Black Spittle? My work was so easily derailed. I can only conclude I was suffering from a complete exhaustive breakdown. I will need time to recover. Okay, so either she is willfully lying to herself and under the belief that it was a exhaustive breakdown, as she says, or that's serving as a cover letter. Either way, she brought gifts! It'd be rude not to take one after all. I'll look around the ship. Oh, doesn't look like there's any bone charms and shit to find, which makes me sad, but whatever, I guess. Oh, another crank wheel. Megan Foster's notebook. Normally, I would say we need to respect people's privacy. I'm starting to understand why Anton wanted to go to Dunwall to seek Emily's help. She's impressive. I have to wonder if she's really suited for palace life. Maybe she wonders that herself sometimes. We could have been good friends at a time when I was running across the rooftops like she is now, watching my enemies from the shadows. I just hope she's breathing tomorrow morning, so I can complain when she puts her dusty boots up on the table again. I've lost so many friends. First, my sweet Deirdre. Along the others along the way. Good old Aramis Stilton, who disappeared 3 years ago. And now, Anton. Maybe this is my punishment. I'm bad luck. Please, Emily, bring him back. So, for some people, especially those who played the DLC for Dishonored, the name Deirdre should sound familiar to you. If you know, you know.
Let's hope your friend doesn't sink the boat while we're gone. Ready?
My friend? I mean, I guess I deserved that because I invited her to stay with us without your permission. So, sorry?
Ready. All right, let's get underway. Jindosh is important to the Duke's inner circle. The Grand Guard watches his mansion, and they'll call down the entire city if they find out who you are.
I'll make sure they don't. You said there's a wall of light cutting off access to the carriage station?
Yes, but there's a black market shop nearby. They sell on the sly. Ever use a rewiring tool?
Corvo taught me the theory.
Good. Get past the wall of light, then ride the carriage to where Jindosh lives. And there's a reason people are afraid of his mansion.
Okay.
I'll get it done.
You're not going to tell me why?
Take care of this crazy man and his clockwork soldiers, then bring Sokolov back. He means a lot to me.
It will do. But do you have anything else to say?
His home is supposed to be full of marvels. Locals go in as a test of courage or because they're desperate for a meal. Kids, even. People say you can hear them at night, pounding on the windows, calling for help.
Wow, that's not cool.
The carriage will take you fairly close to the mansion. The Duke looks after people like Jindosh. When you're done, meet me back here. If you can't find a rewiring tool, and you manage to get to the other side of the wall of light, there should be a power source somewhere. A whale oil tank or windmill. Turning it off works just as good, and nobody gets burned to ashes.
So in other words, low chaos version of dealing with it.
Careful with the wall of light. I once saw a kid dare his little brother to touch one of those things.
Ooh.
A second later, nothing left but dust.
I hope that kid felt guilty. Jesus Christ.
The Duke's circle is full of clever bastards, all working for a percentage. But no one is like Jindosh. Not since Sokolov. Jindosh entered as Clockwork soldiers in the Duke's tournament. The Blade Verbana. No one could beat them. Corvo won that when he was 16, didn't he? But he never faced anything like the Clockworks.
No, he didn't.
Jindosh won't care who you are or what you want. To him, it's all a puzzle to work out. He looks at you like he wants to take you apart.
And that is it. Let's see if I'm... Oh! Some raw whalebone. That's awesome. Well spotted. Go me. Just want to take a look around, make sure that I'm not missing anything. Ooh. Hello. Okay, well, I know where to find some help if I need it. Let's see here. Oh, we've got what looks like a shrine over there. Black bone charm. Runes. Everything's around here. Here. Quick save, cause smashy smash. Whispers of the Void by Bernali Mulani. Read that one. Yep, that's another one I read. And that would be the shrine that we saw. Okay, outsider. What do you have to say?
I'll tell you a story about Kirin Jindosh, a prodigy from Karnaka. Self-taught, he was hailed by the Academy of Natural Philosophy as a genius who would surpass Sokolov and bring about an age of enlightenment.
Okay.
But just 2 years after his arrival, he was banned from the Academy for life.
Oh.
For reasons that are still not public. When they deported him, he left behind a machine that drank seawater, playing music that brought listeners to tears. They promptly took it apart, and it has never worked since.
Okay, I kind of want to know what he did to make it so that they just had to erase his very existence from, like, history to the point where they actually dismantled some of his creations. But at the same time, a part of me doesn't really care. What? I say that. Oh. Oops. Scared the crap out of me there. I say that, but I do kind of care. Depending on what he did, he might have caused some suffering.
Duh.
So I can't go out that way. Is there anything in here? Nope. Okay, yeah. So I gotta go out this way, sadly. Ooh, I'll take the bath salts. No reflection. Immersion destroyed. Oh. Oh no. This is gonna suck. Oh yeah, this is doubly gonna suck. Jesus Christ. Oh, but I will take those. Oh. Not happy about this at all, guys. It did not work! It did not work! It did not work. Lady Coddington brought silk scarves from her boutique, one of which Mr. Prospero used to gently strangle her. How do you gently strangle someone? Also, what the fuck? I maintained a count of her pulse and observed her breathing. When the life signs faded, We left her still for 2 full minutes before reviving her. Was it really the void she described? Have we succeeded in seeing the unseeable? My hand trembles as I recall the intensity in her eyes as she struggled to recount with broken voice what she felt during those 2 minutes. I convinced our little group that less gentle methods were needed if our desire to meet the outsider was sincere. Blood fly fever, voluntarily induced. That will be our way into the void. After procuring a few blood flies and some Atomire solution, we coated our hands with the elixir before exposing them to the vivarium. The stinging was unbearable. Lady Coddington fainted immediately. I was the last one to remove my hands. The fever was quick to set in. As I faded in and out of consciousness, ocean waves pounded above me. There were silhouettes in the distance and shimmering black rocks. A timeless passing in an unthinkable place, while delirium held us for a few hours. I must get back there as soon as possible, when my wounds have healed.
I'm sorry. What the f?
Okay, number one, that was absolutely goddamn shitty thing to do. Not just because it endangered yourselves, but it also endangered every other person that is in this building. Second of all, what they're doing kind of reminds me of an old movie that I watched where like some med students decided to flatline in order to like see the world beyond. And I don't really remember it very well. I just remember thinking that this is dumb. This is absolutely stupid. Why would you risk your lives like that? Also, there is no loot here, and that makes me sad. Oh, wait. Spoke too soon. Found something. Still gonna have to deal with that nest out there, I think. I'm just gonna close the door so that, you know, blood flies don't come out and attack people.
Huh? But there was... Where did... Am I going crazy?
Oh, don't worry about it. You're good. You're fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Training.
Yeah. Well, it's fine.
Oh, I see an apartment. Oi, nothing. You saw nothing. Nope, can't get in through there. That's fine. I guess I go in through here, because I vaguely remember seeing something in here. Oh. There's a dead guy. I didn't do it. Oh. Ramsey's stochastic eyes. Bye picture. Put you here. Oh, there is something there. Healthy appetite. Food restores more health. Decent, but not altogether great for this playthrough. Most notably because I don't plan on getting hurt. Oh, there's a letter to Bonneville. Major Bonneville. Thank you again for your help. Without you, it would have been impossible to trace the final members of the Grand Guard who were with Stilton that night 3 years ago. The man had made it all the way north to Maya, if you can believe it, and was recovering at a Tivian asylum for the poor, claiming to have seen all manner of strange things on the night of Stilton's last social gathering. He even described an exotic, hooded figure visiting the manor. Perhaps someone connected to Stilton's disappearance. Such matters are best left to military men such as yourself, I suppose. I still have your bank agent's name and address. Rest assured, your final payment will be delivered soon. I'm also sending a small flask of a liquor that is close to my heart, made from the pomace left over after wine grapes have been pressed. Please think of me as you enjoy. Yours truly, Brianna Ashworth. Why do I think that he was poisoned? Ooh, there is a balcony over there, though. So what's over there? Oh, and the black market shop is all the way over there. Okay. To figure out a way to get over there without being detected. Ooh. I see the windmill that Megan was telling me about, though. How to get up there, though, I'm not quite sure, but we will find out. There was a definitive moment when people stopped calling Emily Kaldwin the Child Empress. It came after an ambush by the Regenters, an extremist group who wanted to return Dunwall to authoritarianism of the Lord Regent's time. On the way back to Dunwall Tower, Kaldwin's carriage was blocked between two gates, with her attackers firing pistols and even throwing a grenade. With the royal protector too far away to be of service, the young Empress, only 14, found herself all alone in the carriage, save for her friend Alexei Mayhew. Kaldwin's supporters are lucky that Mayhew was there, as she was brave enough to grab a grenade that had landed at their feet, throwing it back at the assailants and saving the Empress. When one of the men dropped down from the forward gate, it was Emily Kaldwin who yanked free a short railway brace and beat the man senseless with it. With the city watch closing in, the two girls held their ground against the debris of the carriage until the situation was secure. It is said that Emily Kaldwin refused to have the Regenters executed for their crimes, and this is hailed by many as her first adult decision as Empress. Cited for her heroic actions, Alexei Mayhew was commissioned by the City Watch when she turned 18 and was later made captain by Emily Kaldwin herself. And this makes exactly what happened to Alexei all the more tragic.
What happened?
I'll be all Captain Mayhew.
And it also makes you acknowledge the reason why Ramsay didn't bother trying to corrupt her, because it wasn't gonna be a thing. Oh, I could have also read that here. Q. And quick save. Leviathan's breath. Running out of breath reduces mana before health. Oh no. I don't want that. Mana is my everything. Well, look at you smug prick. The Spymaster's axis of asymmetry. Corvo wears it better. Evening salts. That's an alarm and I don't want to set that. Conservatory closure extended. A representative from the Royal Conservatory confirmed today that the site's closure has been extended once more, with no promise of when it might reopen. Curator Brianna Ashworth could not be reached for comment. Readers will remember that an infestation of mites in the Roseboro exhibit forced the closure nearly 6 months ago, though there have been rumors that no exterminators have been hired. The Roseboro exhibit was to be a prestigious event sponsored by the Academy of Natural Philosophy, with hopes of attracting numerous experts and guest lecturers from across the Isles. This important exhibition is now on hold indefinitely due to the extended closure. For hopeful visitors, there is nothing to do but wait for further word. Why does the name Brianna Ashworth keep coming up? More bath salts. Thank you, game. Something 5-5. I don't know what's that. I don't know what that's about. Can't leave through here, I guess. Thing of note there. Tumbler there, which I don't need. And metronome, don't want to set that up. I mean, they're great if you want to, like, draw attention away from you, but Ooh, there's a cash register, though. And there's a note, but we'll read the note in a minute. 2, 5. Hooray, we got it without closing the damn thing. 25th day, month of Timber, 1851. Janice, you'll find everything in the safe. I've written the combination in the usual place. You know where to look in the office. I changed all the safe tumblers recently because I feel like I'm being followed. Pretty sure I heard shuffling and heavy breathing from somewhere nearby in the dark while I was closing up the office for the night. It's not the Grand Guard this time, but we are being watched for certain. It's probably safer to postpone our next gathering. Can you warn the others? I'll leave for Calero when I'm done with today's events. From Corey Brockburn. Okay. Oh! There's some flammable rum that I could probably take with me back to the apartment. But I don't think I would be able to actually use my powers if I were to carry it, so it might end up having to stay here. So the combination in the usual place, huh? That's a really shitty place to leave a combination, guys. So 5-5 is the last two numbers. Then I have to guess for the first two. So it's not 4. 5. Yeah, no, I didn't think it would be that one. That would just be insulting. 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 5. Take the money and gathering. Okay, so these guys are the regenters. Second day, month of Timber, 1851. All members present. Primary agenda. Possible actions for the upcoming anniversary of the death of Empress Emily Kaldwin. Proposal by Corey Brockburn. Letter to the Karnaca Gazette explaining that while her murder was reprehensible, the end result may have been positive for the Empire. Wow.
Fuck this guy!
Action. Motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Janice Tynes. Members wear Lord Regent's crest armbands on the anniversary.
That's not funny.
Are you stupid? Objection by Corey Brockburn. Lovely idea, but it may hurt business for members who need to deal with many clients on that day. Clients might find it in poor taste. Action. 4 votes against, 3 votes in favor. Motion rejected. Counter proposal by Janice Tynes. Also, hi, Swishbone. Armbands could be worn on the 15th anniversary of the Lord Regent's unlawful arrest. Action. Motion approved unanimously. Proposal by Teodoro Benitez. Campaign demanding wider deployment of the Wall of Light, brought back into use in Karnaca by Duke Luca Abel. The boldest measures are the safest. Action. Vote delayed until word comes from Grand Guard leadership, collecting facts on reductions in crime across Karnaca. Proposal added to agenda for the next gathering. Cocktails and spirits served. Okay, so I can see why he thought he was being shot followed, because he likely was. This was written in 1851, which possibly suggests that the Crown Killer was still lurking around in Karnaca. So he was probably being followed as a prospective target to murder and thus frame me for. They're not paranoid if everyone really is out to get you.
Need a report, sir.
Me, 12 weeks have I been at sea.
Ooh. Leviathan's Mind? So I've got Leviathan's Breath, now I have Leviathan's Mind. Regenerate mana, wander water. Not great. Decent, I guess. Your dear editor is stepping aside this week to give you both sides of an argument raging across the city. Guest editor, the Howler Blight. The letter published last week by the Gazette was an outrage. How could Madame Anto suggest that the Dust District and even Karnaca itself would be better off if we legitimized Paolo and his howlers in any way? Instead, decent folk should hope to wake one morning and read that Paolo is finally dead or in jail. And why should we be wary of the Abbey? Only a witch need worry about the wrath of the overseers. The Howlers are nothing but a bunch of cutthroats who never worked a day in their lives. Everything they have, they stole. If you want their so-called protection, it comes at a price. On the contrary, the overseers have dedicated their lives to spreading the good values of the 7 strictures. Believe me, the dust in Batista is not in the streets, it's in our hearts. And only the Abbey will make us clean again. From Sebastian Armitage. Honestly, I think they both suck. So that's clearly a trap. Especially with the 2 people that right there.
Lord, someone should have come through already.
Hush, you'll tip off the mark.
How long are we gonna wait for some lost aristocrat to stumble through?
Long as it takes. You want to eat, right?
Maybe this ain't such a good spot for an ambush.
Guards shaking people down. More blood flies this year. People just ain't walking the streets anymore.
Getting hard to make a decent living.
So they are clearly waiting for me. That's 3.
Something wrong. Shit!
I'll find Anybody?
Oh, come on.
Don't make... Holy shit! Come on, let's have a fair fight.
Let's not.
Hey, coward! Come fight face to face! Who's coming from here? Let's see. Nope. Nobody there.
Oh, come on. You should have fallen asleep too. And now I need more sleep darts. Yale, you screwed me. Paolo was where you said he'd be, alone. I knifed him 50 times. He was choking blood when I drove a rail spike through the side of his head. Then he was just gone and there weren't nothing but a bunch of rats. Not sure how he pulled that trick, but you must have known, you scumbag. Next day, Paolo came back with 10 howlers, got us a couple at a time, dragged Brenda and Toma screaming into the street, and bashed out all their teeth with a hammer. Put that crazy powder in their eyes. Had them seeing terrible things, screaming like carnival clowns, mouths all running red. And Paolo gave the word, and they shot him with those screaming darts they used. I stayed hid. So I'm finished, asshole. And I bet you were working with the Howlers all along. I swear, if I ever see you again, I'll stick you. From Sabine. Oh! Oh, how did she not die? I mean, I'm not complaining too much, but geez. I mean, I'll leave them here for now. I plan on putting them all on the roof. Oh, actually. Put you in there, you in here. Ah! Ah! New ruin. Ah, traps. Fire that. Looks like there's another one here. For that. Nice try, guys. Yep, I can get up here. Not sure what good that'll do, though. Anything up here? Nope. Okay. Quick save that, just in case that doesn't land. And it did. Holy crap.
Told him he was too skinny. Told him he wouldn't last a day. Poor kid. Why do I always have to do that?
Doesn't look like there's a way into those buildings. However, made it where I wanted to go. Here. Oh, yep. Yep, that would be where the rune is. Is there anything lootable in here? Nope. What to put up there? Nope. Ah, Silver Spike, Empress Delilah's secret. Today, risking my very life, I bring you probing questions about our new Empress Delilah Kaldwin, or, depending on your political leanings, Delilah Copperspoon. Is it true that her mother was a kitchen maid employed in Dunwall Tower? Even if so, that does not prove she was Emperor Jorhorn Kaldwin's daughter. If the Emperor did in fact have a second secret daughter, making her the true heir to the Kaldwin throne, why didn't he make the proper arrangements? Outside speculation, what else do we know about our Empress Delilah? What can the Silver Spike tell you beyond marketplace gossip? We can date her past from the time she claims to have grown up in Jessamine Shadow. We know when Delilah's most regarded paintings were bought and sold. But where was she between these earlier times and this year, when she ascended the throne in Dunwall? Such a long gap away is suspicious, is it not? No artwork sold, not even an address to record. No neighbors stepping forward with juicy tales from the long period before she arrived in Karnaca just 3 years ago. Therein lies a mystery worth cracking, dear readers. Her activities in the time before she was first seen with our dear Duke at Luca Bell. Yeah, it just adds to a lack of continuity. There are just too many questions regarding that.
Things were so much better just a decade ago.
Oh yeah? That was with the new Duke, the old Duke, right?
Protection. The Grand Guard doesn't do its job.
I imagine it did not. Hello.
I don't know you.
No, you don't.
I'm new to Karnaca. I need a tool that can rewire a wall of light, the kind the Grand Guard uses, and I'd prefer not to explain myself.
I can help you out, but not right now. Don't even linger here. I'm supposed to get a visit from Paolo, someone you don't want to meet. Come back later.
Understood.
You should go. We can do business another time. Like I said, Paolo is coming by.
I'll just hang out here. Because I want to see this business.
Stay out of sight.
They never...
I need 8 new cutters. Short blades.
Disgusting.
The good stuff. Morley steel.
I know what you mean.
Do you? Because last time, you gave me some backwater foundry garbage that wouldn't hold an edge and snapped against Grand Guard armor.
I got taken on that deal too. But I'll make it up to you, Paolo. Lop off maybe 10%?
30. Because I like you. By next week.
That's fair. I made a bad faith trade and I regret it. You'll have the cutters, I promise.
What a bully.
Good, good. These are strange times. Overseers in the Dust District, a witch empress, and these clockwork soldiers protecting their aristocracy. All bad for business. But if I get my way, Karnaca will be a different city a year from now.
Oh, really? What way would that be?
A few moments later.
Nice guy.
Another of these shops was robbed.
Oh no!
I hired guards if I could afford it.
Oh no! I can't imagine who would do something like that. I justify this by the fact that he is actually breaking the law. Also, instant sleep dart and the stinging bolts. So we're gonna...
You want blueprints for better weaponry?
I do. So we're grabbing this. I'll hold off on grabbing this just because,
The situation in the Empire has driven the price.
Okay, okay. Now we're cooking with gas. This is something that I forgot that I could do. Folding blade, grenade, mines, and crossbow. Okay. So I can actually deal with this. Do that. Also do that.
A pleasure to do business.
We don't need bullets, and we don't need the spring razor because we don't use those.
Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients, but I've heard he's not so easy to please.
We won't need that. Definitely don't need that. So that's the stun mine and the stun mine charge. Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, we have that one already. Back to here. So we can hold 20 of those. Boo. And we won't be adding that. Simply because that doesn't affect our sleep darts. We'll just skip the mines, actually. We'll take the key. And we'll take the rewiring tool.
Sometimes I wish I had the Grand Inventor among my clients. But I've heard he's not so easy to please.
You don't want him there.
I shouldn't deal with strangers.
Probably shouldn't. But everybody's got to make a living somehow. Hello, good sir.
Hey, times are hard. Help me out if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Appreciate it. I'll let you in on the secret.
Oh, yeah?
I saw people coming and going recently, looking for whale oil, up to something.
Oh, good to know. Thank you very much.
So many people legging it from the city. The Grand Guard and the Howlers won't have anybody to tax or rob.
You're not wrong there.
Everybody's got the willies now. Feels like the city might collapse. I worked in the silver mines here until the dust got to my lungs.
Oh, damn. Sorry about that, guy.
You watch yourself. The Grand Guard aren't too friendly to strangers.
I imagine not. Also, wanted, Paolo, leader of the Howlers. Citizens of Karnaca, the Howlers are not your friends. Paolo, leader of the Howlers, wanted by the Grand Guard for various crimes and gang-related enterprises. Dangerous and not to be trusted. Oh, looks like there's a little pathway this way. Oh. Some more money. Gotta keep exploring. Oh, come on. Really? Thanks for the coin. I still don't think there's any real way to get up there. That's just extremely disappointing. Ooh. However, there is a way to get over here. Oh, I hear blood flies. I'm not okay with that. Yep. Take more coin. Oh. Let me see if I can get this one without resorting to a bullet thing. And it's good. I can hear them in the fucking walls, and it's fucking terrifying. Oh! That wasn't hearing them in the walls. You, buddy. You need to clean up after yourself. Okay, so I can't go any higher. That solves that. Can't use this building to get up to those rooftops. Actually, can I upgrade? Nope, I don't have enough runes. Aim far reach directly at an enemy to pull them violently towards you. Oh, okay, no, that I thought that would do distance. Never mind, because if I could increase far reach's distance, that would make things so much easier. Nope, nothing here either. That's disappointing. Hello, anybody here? Looks like somebody was here. Oh, but I got some raw whalebone. That's always good. Actually, that's a point. We can add more bone charms first and foremost. Let's actually continue with the witch crafting. we'll take that. So when crafting bone charms with 3 or 4 traits, the chance of corruption is reduced. This one gives you more control over the bone charms you craft, resulting in fewer corrupted bone charms. I need 2 of those. And then you can craft runes by expending a significant amount of raw whalebone. Use those runes to upgrade your powers and enhancements, or sacrifice existing runes to gain a significant amount of raw whalebone. Now, on the surface, you would think, why would you want to do that? Runes are awesome. They let you learn abilities. Depending on how you play, you may end up with a surplus of runes that you're just not using. So rather than carry around runes that you basically have no need for, you can turn them into raw whalebone to craft the bone charms that you need. Speaking of, I think it's about time we start with the crafting of the bone charms. But I'm gonna do a hard save first, just to make sure that if I fuck up, then we can come back from this. So we can do one that does up to 4, but it also involves having to unequip some stuff. So as the Void Favor is our most useful one right now, we're gonna unequip it. We might do Strong Lungs as well as Spirited. Remember, we can't use the black bone charms in order to craft new ones, but yeah, we'll do aquatic one as well. So we're going to craft a bone charm with 4 traits. Oh, we have, okay, I can't actually. Oh, right, I have to sacrifice them first, derp. Okay, so we are going to sacrifice Spirited, Strong Lungs, and Void Favor. So chance of corruption is medium. So we're going to do another quick save. We're going to craft bone charm with 4 traits, and we're going to craft a bone charm that has 4 traits of the Void Favor. Hopefully, if this goes well, then we will have a Void Favor bone charm crafted that gives us 4 times the benefit of Void Favor. If it doesn't go well, then we'll still have the effects of Void Favor, but there'll be a negative effect drawn to it. I'll read what it is, and then I'll end up reloading, just because I don't want a corrupted bone charm. I don't want to craft a corrupted bone charm, rather. And 3, 4. Yep. Corrupted. Enemy bullets inflict slightly more damage. Damn. Nice. And this is what the good bone charms look like. So we're gonna quick save that one, or we're just gonna hard save that one, and we are going to equip it. We now have the crafted bone charm that basically gives us 4 times the chance of using supernatural powers without consuming our mana. That should help us immensely when it comes to using our powers going forward. Now we're gonna do the same thing again, and we're gonna do it with Spirited this time. Let's see what this gives us. Not a good start. Actually, I just saw how many how much whale oil we have, or rare bone charms we have left. So what we'll do instead is we'll do Strong Lung. Because Spirited, while not a bad one, I tend to wait for my powers to recharge, and with the Void Favor, power, it actually makes it kind of useless. And nice. That means A, we need more raw whale bone, and B, we should have a much easier go of it if we have to get into water. Now, as far as I'm aware, doing a New Game Plus, I think it grants you the same like benefits from like the bonus pack. So I could potentially pick up another Void Favor. I'm not 100% sure. It's been several years since I first played this game. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure if that's how it works, but if it is, that means I can craft another Void Favor Bone Charm with 4 times the abilities. And that is how you break the game.
Impressive how you managed to get there.
Thank you.
Be careful. Those people in the oil tanks might still be around.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
You said whale oil. I got it for you. Not easy to pinch either.
No, you screwed up. It won't work without another tank. Not enough blast. You gotta trust me on this.
Oh, wow.
All right. I don't know shit about explosives. Never said I did. I'll go out again later and find some more.
Good. You can't rush jobs like this. It takes a smooth hand.
You can't piss around here forever either. Eventually some wanker will see us and the howlers will catch wind. But I hear you. One more tank.
Oh, fuck. You did not see me. Sarah, things are rotten here in Dunwall. Nothing is the same since the coup. It ain't safe for no one, and there's no jobs neither. You get yourself back here and you take your kids. It ain't right you should have left them with me for so long. Anyway, you didn't mention how sickly they was and poorly behaved to boot. Now, you're my sister and that counts for something. But when the new month comes, I'm leaving. There's no more I can do. I ain't their mother, and they won't listen. I can't afford to feed them no more. There's nothing left for beers or rent by the time they're done eating. And not a penny from you. Off to find your fortune in Karnaka. Some fortune. Well, that's the end of that. Bethy. That's the way life goes.
What?
Oh, fuck. Oh, didn't actually mean to get in there myself. There you go. And yes, we will be robbing the place. Just not right now.
You won't be sorry.
So he says, keep alert. And I says, I am alert. I've been alert. He says, yeah, this time I really mean it.
That's what. Worse than nothing.
Ooh. Yeah, the only one left in the area is there. One of the booth keys has been stolen again. This time, I'm not having it remade, so you'll have to share the remaining key. Peepa, when your shift is over, just wait for Narciso to arrive, then hand the key over to him. Narciso, you wait for Daniel, and so on. Nobody leave the key in some stupid hidey hole or whatever. If the last key is stolen, or lost, we won't be able to open the booth, and you'll all be out of work. If you're worried, pull your coin and have another key made, or go buy the old one back from the black market, as I'm pretty sure that's where it is now. From Aventa Station Management. It ain't there anymore. I'll also take all of that. Oh, fuck.
Fuck. For those poor fools who make their trade on the waters. Serkonos is a land of tall timber, fierce winds, and deep silver mines. Leave the ocean for those with no other choice.
He drinks faster than a mining crew.
Please don't obscene me.
I wonder who that was.
Wonder what I'm dealing with.
Can't stay hidden forever.
Want to bet?
Come on! I don't have time for games.
It looked like, I don't know, but I saw something.
That's 3. Yes, please go away. Okay, so it wears off over time. Oh, good to know. I'm gonna have to deal with them, I think. Guy over there too. That's 3 linked. Okay, gonna have to risk it.
Now's not the time for a nap.
I think that's all of them. Here, they can explain themselves. And away we go. Good day, sir. So we're gonna prep this. We're not actually gonna do it just yet. I'm actually planning on doing this later in the chapter, just so that I have access to replenishables up until the end of the chapter.
Always a delight to see you. Come back soon. I mean, if I'm still here.
To all personnel. After last week's disaster, the Grand Inventor Kirin Jindosh circulated the following information related to his Clockwork soldiers. All Grand Guard personnel should read this report. The Clockwork soldiers is protected by armored wooden plates. The Clockwork soldier is protected by armored wooden plates. If some miscreant destroys these, then there's nothing protecting the vulnerable mechanisms underneath. If something knocks off the Clockwork's head, the thing will attack anyone it can, ally or not. That means you. Given the expensive optics Mr. Jindosh has provided each Clockwork with, they can see in the front and in the back. Remember that if another one of them goes haywire. If some fool's able to get close enough, there's a small panel on each clockwork that can be rewired, which will invert their perception of friend and foe. Again, that means you get attacked. Keep these things in mind and the clockworks will be an asset and not a liability. 3rd Lieutenant Fiora Diaz, Lower City Technical Office, Grand Circonan Guard. So possible ways to deal with it. Now we get to ride the carriage. Full speed ahead.
I can see Jindosh's mansion from here. The carriage line is blocked. I'll have to unlock the gate.
Yep. Whew.
I heard blood flies for a second. I've been over there.
3.
Like a stocking without a leg?
Damn it.
That's what.
I need to pee.
Oh, fuck.
Huh?
Come on.
Not really. Until I can find a better spot. Oh, that's for rewire. I don't want to do that. Oh, wait. No, that's for an alarm. Maybe I do want to do that. Actually, we'll see if we can get away with not doing that. Whew. That was a little too close for comfort. Go this way? Nope. Get the clankers off Karnaca streets. Beware a strange sound like the clanking of a factory machine. You might be seconds from an encounter with the latest work of our Grand Inventor Kirin Jindosh. And what should we think of these new marvels of industry coveted by the wealthiest members of Karnacan society and standing vigil over our estates? I will tell you, these clockwork soldiers are a danger to us all, taking lives with all the morality of a shopkeeper's adding machine. They fight for days without rest, as long as the whale oil tanks hidden in their backs don't run dry. Tyranny awaits unless we act now, and reestablish the lawful society established by the former Duke of Serkonos, twice the leader his indolent, irresponsible son has proven to be. Citizens of Karnaca fight to get these clangers off of our streets. Your name is Hieronymus Blas. Yes. And you admit to writing, printing, and distributing the pamphlet called Get the Clangers Off Our Streets. Yes, you should read it. How long before the Grand Guard is entirely replaced by mechanical soldiers, indifferent to human suffering, following some aristocratic orders blindly? He kinda has a point, Captain. What if the Duke thinks we're not good enough for the job anymore? I don't want to go back to the mines. Corporal, this is hardly appropriate. Imagine infallible, incorruptible soldiers. He's right, Captain. Interrogation suspended. Send report to Furnace. Oh! That was the wrong button. Lieutenant Rakos, by now you've had time to think it over. I'm in a good position where I am at, and I've got the same deal going with 4 others in the guard, spread out all over Karnaca. People I trust, watching major entry points. The offer's unchanged. If our very important person from Dunwall comes through, alone or with anyone else, and you're part of the squad taking them down, do whatever it takes to keep it quiet. Whatever it takes. Bring the body to me and we'll all gather up. The 6 of us will take credit for the arrest, and we'll split the Duke's reward. Money and maybe a post at the Grand Palace. Stick with us in this, Lieutenant, and you'll increase your odds. But don't tell a single soul. Oh, wonderful. Oh! Unsteady hands? Enemies miss with fired projectiles more often. Oh, did I not equip my other crafted? Oh, that might be why. Okay, I see what happened. A precise history by the creator himself, Kirin Jindosh, Grand Inventor. Dear readers, you will be fascinated to know that earlier models of my Clockwork Soldier had human-like faces. Allow me to explain. As you know from chapters 18 through 22, I had been testing the Clockwork Soldiers against a wide range of enemies. Early in this process, a problem emerged. The would-be thieves and assailants were not intimidated by the delicate ceramic faces of the earlier prototypes. One criminal even believed he recognized an uncle and attempted conversation. Undeterred, I set about redesigning the head mechanism, encasing it with a terrifying visage. I knew I'd found the right design when my first test subject fell to their knees in fear. You tested these things on people. That is not okay.
Someone set off the wall of light.
Oh, I'll take that. I will also take this. Attention everyone, the new code for the gate is 824. Once you've read and memorized it, destroy the note. Remember, do not write them down or forget to destroy the notes. Now to leave as quietly as I showed up. Now I got a key from that guy. I wonder if that's the key to the side gate. It is.
You know, Bella is a friend of the Duke's. She and her husband got one of those Clockwork Soldiers months before anyone else. Made a party, and we uncrated it.
If I hadn't spent half my life floundering in Potter's Dead, maybe I'd get invitations like that. It's all about who you come up with.
Couldn't agree more, my dear.
So why'd the Grand Inventor take the clockwork away from them? Couldn't they have asked the Duke to intercede?
Oh, after the incident, they wanted it off their estate.
But it stopped that family of robbers. Surely Bella and her husband were happy about that.
Yes, but after it killed the thieving couple and their brat, it slaughtered Bella's favorite gardener.
Oh.
Poor Bella said the back patio looked like one of the whaling slaughterhouses in Dunwall.
Repulsive.
Oh shit. There are people inside.
I've been alert. And he says, yeah, but this time I really mean it.
Something wrong? A body? Here?
Hey, I'll search with you.
Oh, I know what I did. There you go, take a load off. Much has been written on Theodana's Abel and his son. But in her own quiet way, the Duchess Callis Abel made contributions to Serkonos that will never be forgotten. A collector of artwork, she commissioned the painting Radinus Abel's Incongruence with Time from Anton Sokolov. It was a tribute to her late son, Radinus, who died at the hands of a deranged street scoundrel while studying abroad. The Duchess Abel was also an architect and busied herself with projects as varied as the buildings of the Orphans of Seafarers Academy and the installations of the marble flooring in the original ducal palace. The marble was a gift to the Abel family from the late Empress Emily Kaldwin, who had the stone quarried from the cliffs of Brigmore. However, the ducal residence was razed to make room for the new palace constructed under the direction of Luca Abel. Substantially, all of the artworks and treasures from the old residence were lost or destroyed. Collis was a private person and rarely made public appearances. She died in her 57th year after a tragic fall from a balcony. I gotta ask. Was it a tragedy? Or was it potentially something nefarious? I will eventually get my words out. I'll take you. Oh, there is a bone charm and a ruin nearby. Oh, that's a door that's blocked. That's a latch. Got it. Ooh, I hear it. That's a ruin. And now I have two. Trying to work out what I want to do next. I'm assuming that's the front door. Ooh. Very nice. Another rewire tool. After having been without them for like 3-4 chapters, I think it is so good to have them back. Now let's deal with the guards outside. Jindosh considers an odd numerator. And now his painting belongs to me. Splintering bolts. Your bolts inflict more damage, but bolts always break on impact.
As long as you're bread guard. It ain't to be anybody else. Regular clothes.
Missed that one. Nope. Oh, gonna try it. See if numbnuts out here notices. He noticed. There's another guard. No, you won't. Woo! That was close. Ooh. No. We want you over here. We don't want anybody getting set on fire on accident. There we go. All better. So I could potentially continue as I am, but I'm not going to. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back because I need to replenish some supplies before I can continue on. Okay, so the password was 824. 824. God damn, I jumped at that. So before we continue, we're going to go back to Lower Aventa District and visit the Black Market.
5 minutes later.
And we are here.
The mansion has a strange beauty to it. Maybe I'll find a way to end this without killing Kirin Jindosh.
I mean, we know we will. This is Dishonored. There's always a non-lethal route.
All right, I need to eliminate Jindosh and find Anton Sokolov.
Welcome to my home, stranger. The door is always open to those with the will to pass the threshold. If you're here by appointment, then proceed and bide your time.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd be remiss if I didn't inform you about the defensive mechanisms employed here, which are quite formidable. Many have entered without invitation, for reasons as myriad as the fish in the ocean. But of those who've dared to explore further, very few have found their way back out.
Spectacular. Take a look around first. Take that. And there's no way further. Or is there? Going to be very, very quiet now, because the aim is to get this whole thing done without Jiren, or anyone for that matter, realizing that they have an intruder in their midst. So far, we're on the right track. Because one thing we're not allowed to do is... well, I'll show you in a minute.
Ah, the space behind the walls.
Yep. So you see these levers here. By flipping these levers, we can change the outline of the whole building. But doing so will also alert Jindosh to our presence. So as a result, we don't want to do that. We want to do as much as we can without alerting him. After we've dealt with him, that's a whole other thing. But we're going to try and keep it stealthy. There's our ticket. In. Perfect, perfect.
Some of those people just work harder. It's indisputable.
No joke.
At these prices, the man wouldn't keep us waiting.
There's only one Kirin Jindosh. He can charge whatever he likes. Besides, you're rich enough to afford a couple of the Clockworks. I happen to know you've doubled your fortune since the Duke took over the silver mines.
Lower wages means higher profits, but it's my time that's precious. I'm not used to waiting.
Neither am I. When was the last time someone had me waiting for more than an hour? I can't remember. It's almost titillating.
How many Clockworks did you say there were? It's a numbered set, if I recall.
It is indeed, but 36, 46? Very exclusive, whatever the count. Everyone at the Garden Club will be green with envy.
Yeah, okay. I don't know how I was able to keep hearing their conversations, but that's fine. Also... Hello, person. Spirited Fortune. Sometimes drinking a mana elixir restores all mana. Didn't I already have something like this? Future Queen here. No, I was actually confusing the two. This is Spiritual Fortune. The one that I was thinking of was called Spirited. To whoever might find this, are you trapped? I know only too well your situation. You see, these are my last words. I have found a spot away from the clutches of those things, but for what? I have no food, no water, and now I grow weak. If there was a chance of escape, then I have missed it. Even writing this note saps any strength I had left. I thought I could beat this contraption, this terrible house, this thing that Jindosh has built. But it has beaten me. If only I had thought to bring water or a morsel of bread. And so I say goodbye to you, my reckless friend. Perhaps you too will die here. I am sorry for that. If I become a ghost, then I will try to help you. Otherwise, fare thee well. Stanislaus Shepherd, juggler, magician, thief, braggart, and surely a fool. That's unfortunate. Also, good save. Get that up properly. And look at that. You've reached the assessment chamber. Okay. Oh, nothing there. Ah, something there. Albinos. Oh god. I know what that is just without looking at it. Yep, rat swarms include more white rats. A representative from the Sisters of the Oracular Order in Serkonos paid a surprise visit this week to officials at the Grand Palace, delivering a message that calls into doubt the Order's formerly held position on the illegitimacy of our new Empress Delilah Kaldwin. It seems that there is intense disagreement between the sects of the secretive organization. While not a full reversal, the visit to the Grand Palace prompted the following statement from Duke Luca Abel. It pleases me that the Sisters of the Oracular Order have come closer to endorsing our beloved Empress, Delilah Kaldwin. Her recent and valiant coup is an attempt at restoring a just rule to the Empire, and I advise the Oracular Order and the ever-steady Abbey of the Everyman to immediately embrace Delilah as Empress, accepting her wisdom and authority. We thank the Oracular Orders, the Oracular Sisters, for delivering this vision, and we call for a day of celebration. Meanwhile, Vice Overseer Liam Brim, speaking on behalf of the Abbey of the Everyman, advises restraint, saying that the latest missives from the Oracular Order are just being interpreted and debated. Oh, careful. Oh, there's a coin there. I brought you some company. Oh, what's this? So the high and mighty Anton Sokolov won't deign to aid me in my efforts to make a new version of the Clockwork Soldier. Fine. I have another solution. My electroshock machine, long a side project of little practical use, will be just the thing. If I can find the right calibration, I should be able to damage those parts of Sokolov's mind related to independence and free will, leaving intact his vast knowledge and hopefully an even more important quality the man possesses, though it pains me to admit, his legendary creativity.
No! God, please, no! No!
Oh, you motherfucker.
With this machine, maybe you won't have to die after all, Jindosh.
Maybe not. Hey, so, remember how I said that by pulling this lever, it will alert Jindosh? Well, pulling levers like this will alert Sokolov. Will alert Jindosh. This one is the exception. This one will only start the configuration here, and it's really the only way that I can get in here and rescue Sokolov. So that's what we're gonna do. Oh, did I alert somebody? Yeah, I did. Ooh.
Make a note. Remove this playback after the final field test. When this plays, check central rotor. Assessment chamber reconfiguring. Standing by. Configuration reported.
Oh fuck.
Assessment chamber reconfiguring. Standing by. The machine has entered combat. Combat protocol ceased. Playback for execution of foe. Configuration. Combat protocol 6. The machine is overheating. Shut down moment. Playback for unambiguous enemy.
Woo!
Oh, good show. You've overcome one of my clockwork soldiers from the sound of it. Surprising.
Jindosh.
Oh boy.
Commence lens refocus.
Nice.
Configuration reported.
Sokolov.
Check central rotor.
Can it be? Is that young Emily Kaldwin?
Anton, save your strength. I came to take you out of here.
Jindosh has bigger plans than you know. An army of his clockwork soldiers. It would be the end.
I'm going to visit Jindosh too, old friend.
Yeah. We'll deal with him.
$1,000 rotations. Reintroducing graphite.
My dear Anton, I hope the sound of the clockwork soldier outside your cell doesn't disturb your rest. I find the solid footfalls and gentle electric hum to be soothing, but you may be of a different opinion. In fact, in your condition, the noise might be maddening. especially since the pressure plate for the exit to your cell is positioned tantalizingly within reach. But should you attempt to venture forth from the assessment chamber like some wrinkled gray-whiskered rat hunting through a labyrinth for a morsel of cheese, you will soon find your stoic guardian bearing down on you. You are an intelligent man. I'm sure I don't need to illustrate what those honed edges would do to your ancient and haggard body. Spectacular.
Safest to take Sokolov back to the carriage before confronting Jindosh.
Yeah, no kidding. Down for now? Ideally, I would prefer that the machine wanders behind here.
Extra diagnostic playback loop. If this plays, the machine is recharging the magnetic coil.
It's not gonna go that way.
The machine should begin scouting the vicinity. The machine is still searching. Make a note. Remove this playback after the final field test. Standing by.
Imagine one of those a kid.
The machine is still searching. Running search protocol.
Come on.
Continue search.
Oh my fucking god. Well, machine can fuck right off because we did it.
Playback for termination of search.
Oh my god. Whew. And it's good. And we are back. At an auction held by Kirin Jindosh, the Grand Inventor offered for sale 2 of his latest contraptions. Marvelous clockwork soldiers, the likes of which have never been seen before. The mechanical wonder sold after fierce bidding for an astonishingly high price. Never before has the wealthy class been able to protect themselves and their holdings with such vigor and style. Prior to the auction, only the likes of Duke Luca Abel and more recently our new Empress could enjoy such protection. Having seen a demonstration arranged by the genius natural philosopher himself, I was witness to what his clockwork soldiers can do. Woe to any trespasser or villain who crosses their path. I dare say Kirin Jindosh has discovered a way to end crime altogether. Wonderful.
Okay, at least Anton is safe. Now for Jindosh.
I mean, it's debatable that he'll be safe in here, but sure, I guess. There's bone charm there, there's rune there. Back in the vents I go. But this time, I go this way.
If I ever get the chance, I'm going to ask for a transfer to the Grand Palace. Why shouldn't I? I deserve as much.
Yeah, soldiers, moving walls. Most people are happy just doing a job.
Boys, for all I care. I've got enough to worry about without their constant complaining. Work harder, and we come from better families. I should think that's just obvious.
Too far. Oh, come on, lady, poke your head over here. Come on, show up over here, damn it. Up, she saw me.
Is that my breath I'm smelling? Maybe my teeth are due for their monthly cleaning.
Monthly? There we go. Nice. I mean, it's not the most ideal, but it's something. There you go. Take a load off. Still, that's two more sleep darts than I actually wanted to use. Ideally, I would have preferred to just, you know, use Domino and then just like knock a bitch out. But clearly that's not an option. Oh, hello.
Duke Luca Abel.
1847. Kirin, my dear Grand Inventor. Who else possesses such a keen mind? Could any other of my inner circle achieve such industrial marvels? I appreciate how superbly your clockwork soldiers performed in Dunwall, cutting those guards still loyal to Emily Kaldwin to ribbons. And Brianna Ashworth claims you've been invaluable, helping her oraculum contraption. Delilah will be pleased. Please dispatch a courier as soon as you have what you need from Anton Sokolov. Press him as you see fit. No methods are off limits. We must find a way to produce your clockwork soldiers in greater quantities. Your Duke, Luca Abel.
Ramsey and the Crown Killer were just the start. I need to break down Delilah's remaining allies. Jindosh, the Duke, all of them.
Yeah, and it looks like Brianna Ashworth is also one of them. My efforts to fine-tune the electroshock machine have been less than successful. Breaking down the more bothersome elements of the subject's personality, such as willpower, while leaving cognition and creativity unharmed has proven unrealistic. Instead, my machine leaves the subject babbling like a child, which is the opposite of what I need from Sokolov. Ooh, keep telling me more. Long way down. Hope I don't fall.
It's a long way down.
I just said that, Emily. Tivian ore. And an elevator. Maintenance key is needed. Okay. So there's a rune there. There's a bone charm just out there. I think I know where the bone charm is.
This must be Jindosh's lab.
Oh, fuck. Wonder if I have to... do it from a level below.
This must be Jindosh's lab.
Honestly, I bear no ill will towards Emily Kaldwin or her father, the Royal Protector. I've never given a single fig for any of those palace-born nobles in Dunwall, so how could I think ill of one empress or another? You would not be incorrect in suggesting that my motivations for assisting the Duke were at least twofold. I wanted to advance the causes of natural philosophy for the sake of the work itself, and to show those stodgy morons at the Academy the light they very nearly extinguished. Further, of course, I am no stranger to infamy, and in fact am very fond of it. But there's more driving the engines of my desire. Dynasties rise and fall with the age, through mundane catalysts such as famine, plague, or bankruptcy. Now, however, we live in a time that is being shaped by genius. Just as Roseborough, Sokolov, Joplin, and Hypatia have set the wheels of history spinning with their contributions, so too will Kirin Jindosh. And it is my goal to eclipse those who came before me. No matter how the history books record the tale regarding this turn in power, it must be stated that it was only possible through advances in industry and technological exploration. Power now rests in the hands of the brilliant, and the world will never be the same. He is most definitely not wrong about that. Ooh, another one, but I can't carry it. Okay. 16th day, month of rain, 1849.
Brianna Ashworth.
Okay, so that would be Brianna Ashworth, and considering the picture I just found, I have to say that I was right. She is a conspirator, and she probably killed that fucking guard.
So many events in motion, each exerting subtle gravity. With Delilah, a new empire could be drawn, and all the old barriers broken. Much could be accomplished. My clockwork soldiers have played their part, but each costs more coin than a wealthy man sees in a lifetime.
Wow, really?
It would take years to find a solution on my own. But if Sokolov can be tamed, together we might refine the process, making new clockworks at a fraction of the cost. Whether I seduce my old teacher with the thrill of discovery, or whether I'm forced to apply the clamps to his flesh and turn on the voltage, no matter.
Wow. Just here, Dick. One there. Looks like it's the only one.
Oh you'll help me, Anton Sokolov. Given time.
Kirin Jindosh.
Can't you do your jobs and protect me, you idiots?
Okay, the machine has detected something. Displays if someone eludes the machine.
Whew. That's better. Kirin, it's my hope that the pale stars look down with favor upon your attempts to gain Sokolov's favor. But if the old goat will not bend to your will, I can offer an alternative to merely keeping him locked in your assembly chamber and subjecting him to cruel electrotherapy. I've started a new effigy, cast in Sokolov's shape. Given time, I believe it might grant me some influence over your esteemed guest. From Brianna. Oh, I see. He is not being held in the assessment chamber because I already took it. Also, light along the inverse curve. My picture. Oh, also, today I'll raise the anatomy platform, bringing it up to the laboratory floor where I can resume my work evaluating the rune art. Even as a man dedicated to natural philosophy, I must admit that my association with the occultist Brianna Ashworth has renewed my interest in the study of whalebone. Given what I've seen over the past 3 years working with Brianna, I cannot entirely dispel the idea that the bones of the Leviathan possess unusual properties. When pressed, she speaks in the meaningless palaver of the spiritualist. In an attempt to find answers on my own, I have procured one of the so-called rune artifacts, considered heretical, of course, by the narrow minds of the Abbey. However, thus far my examinations have netted nothing of interest. A sample of human tissue affected by these runes might reveal more, were I able to get, say, the jawbone of one of those poor sods burned alive by the overseers. Fascinating. Get in the chair, fucker. Sit up. Get up. And relax.
The machine has lost its quarry.
Anton Sokolov, once the royal physician and head of the Academy of Natural Philosophy. In your prime, the most sought-after painter in all the Empire. My hero in younger days. Now, my puppet.
If you're going to use this inelegant-looking device against me, get on with it, Jindosh. Though I'm not sure what you hope to accomplish. I must admit to feeling a bit of professional curiosity as to the function of the apparatus.
Patience, friend, patience. The sequence of events is important. You'll come to understand my electroshock machine, but when? Before or after that light leaves your eyes? And where does it go when it disappears? Who will tell me that?
Has anyone ever loved the sound of his own voice as much as you do, Kirin? Perhaps the device could tell us that.
No, sadly, it cannot. But what it can do is take from you the thing you love the most. Your precious intellect. If you won't agree to collaborate on the next Clockwork prototype, I'll use the device on that brain of yours, Sokolov.
I refuse. If I'm to be a drooling idiot, at least I won't be bothered by any more of your rambling fury.
Oh, Sokolov, never change. Also, how do I work this thing? Ah, powering the electroshock machine. How very helpful of him. Note to self, there is insufficient power to operate the electroshock machine. Until this is rectified, I will have to compensate, freeing up more power for the electroshock machine by configuring the other laboratory platforms so they draw the least power.
The other lab machines are draining away too much electricity.
Okay, so anatomy, because I heard there's a rune there. And I guess optics? Just cuz? Ah, there it is. There's also a note. A letter from Delilah. Hear it. You ask what the void looks and feels like, if it can be measured like a real place. Here's my answer. Don't concern yourself with such matters. It is as real as anything I've ever experienced, but if you understood it, you'd know that such a statement makes as little sense as saying that I have been dead. The void is unspeakable. It is infinite, and it is nowhere, ever changing and perpetual. There are more things in the endless black void, Kirin Jindosh, than are dreamt of in your natural philosophy. Leave aside things beyond your reach, and be content that you are gifted with more insight than the common man. In other words, if you can't understand it, you never will, so fuck off. Also, thanks for the rune. Excellent.
The electroshock machine should work now.
Wonderful. Have fun being a drooling vegetable, you motherfucker.
You don't know what you're doing! Anything! I'll give you anything you want! Stop! Don't do this! So much will be lost! An age of advancement!
I'm cool with that.
You had to come to this, Jindosh.
Could have used your intelligence for something else. Something productive.
And if I combine the acid against a copper plate, what does it do?
Oh, I just realized.
I knew that a moment ago. Does anyone know the answer?
Also,
I had an idea, but it's gone now.
What's up with his thumb and his index finger?
I'm very much afraid of what's happened.
Don't worry, you'll get over it. It's fine. You're fine.
You can't have put me through that machine, but...
I did.
Wait, what does it do?
Exactly.
Please, kill me. Please make me die.
Nah, that's too good for you. You don't deserve it.
Hello? I believe I've lost something very precious.
And you will never find it again.
The other students will laugh at me now.
Well, maybe it'll teach you some fucking empathy.
Maybe there'll be apple pudding at dinner. I would like that.
Yeah, well, the dead bodies here would have been happy to not be dead. But we can't all have what we want. Just want to see what's inside here. Oh, there we go. Maintenance key. Got it. Now, is there anything of value down here? I don't think so. Oh, yep. Saw that book up there, and I've already read it. No, I don't think there's anything of value. Oh, I lied. There's some money there. Nothing of value in there. Okay, I guess we're done here. Okay, so now we get to start playing with the machines. Quick save.
Activation. Combat Protocol 8.
Hey, that should have knocked off your face, man. Come on now. Ooh. Expansive spirit. Maximum mana is increased. Yes, please. Hey, you could have done anything with your life, dude. You could have gone into photography, made the world a better place. Instead, you decided to be an asshole. And I think that's it. Oh, there was actually something. Oh! There's a picture. I'll take that. Thank you. I'm going to turn this again, though. There was some loot that I could grab.
Remove this playback after the final field test.
Oh! My electroshock machine provides insights into the human mind, though admittedly the subject is damaged or destroyed in the process. The advancement of knowledge is usually worth the sacrifice, of course. Once, having tested it on a baker, I found I could obliterate memories of his life and thus his personality, while not impeding his ability to break bread. I thought it odd at the time, but it's this exact effect I wish to reproduce in Sokolov. Sadly, I have never been able to reproduce it to my satisfaction. Sokolov, however, is no mere baker. If he refuses to aid me, it's doubtful that the machine could be used to weaken his willpower without also obliterating the knowledge and capabilities that are so precious to me. Still, the thought of reducing Sokolov to a state of infantile stupor is satisfying. Still can't go this way. It means I have to go down below in order to deal with the whale tank over there, I guess. Jindosh, I was pleased to hear that the Duke has you working on a much less costly version of your Clockwork Soldier. I saw firsthand what a handful of Clockwork Soldiers did in Dunwall. With many more units, we should be able to assert much more military power following the coup. What truly concerns me is the timetable. When will you be able to give us a date? We have ambitious plans, my friend, and we cannot accomplish them without our Grand Inventor. Sincerely, Major Neko Philatos. First attachment to the Duke, Grand Serkonan Guard. Yep, it's gone. And with that, I take my leave. Thank you for hosting me, Jindosh. I managed to navigate your house. Mostly without flipping a switch. But, yeah, you already know that, don't you? Now, you really only have a couple of orders of business left. We're gonna go back to Lower Aventus District, where we have to pay a visit to the black market one more time. And then we can head back and meet up with Megan. There we are. So wait right here, Sokolov. I will be right back. Going the wrong way. Oh, the bodies I left are gone. Okay, cool.
hope you kissed your kids goodbye this morning.
What? Oh, witches. Yeah, it was definitely a good idea to leave Sokolov. Got 2 down. And if that one can come closer... Come on, come closer. Ah, fine. They all fell down. You can sleep on the roof. Mariah. Take Heather and Kai. Travel to Karnaca tonight. The others there will give you a roof to sleep beneath, and they will keep you out of sight. Watch for our friend from Dunwall. When the moment comes, strike. If you succeed, I promise you will be rewarded. And beyond that, I'll make you a portrait. Your Empress forever, Delilah. So Auntie ordered a hit on me. Also, I hope that these dead bodies do not count against me. Okay, good. They do not. So they probably found all the dead bodies that I hid and just murdered everybody. And all the civilians too. They killed all the civilians. Hello.
Come in, my friend. Always a delight to see you. A deal well made.
Still nothing really. Oh, is the homeless guy? Oh, the homeless guy is still here. Cool. Cool. But he doesn't have anything to say. That's fine. Now the moment we've all been waiting for. I mean, you're nice and all, but you're also breaking the law. Ooh, cash register. What do you have for me? Hello, money. Oh, and a safe, too. You shouldn't have. More money. Take that room free. We're good. Okay, Sokolov, let's get out of here. There we go. Nice and smooth. We did it, guys. Hey, Megan, guess who I found?
You did it. How is he? He's frail and wounded, but he'll recover. I didn't think it was possible. You must have a story to tell. I'll hear it back at the ship.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go then.
Oh wow, 15 bodies detected. It's fine. I wasn't detected, so that's the most important part. And nobody died by my hand. People died, just not by my hand. We found all of the runes, all the outsider shrines, bone charms. Wow, we cleaned house on coins. We got all the paintings. We missed out on 2 blueprints. I may have to look that up and figure that out. Also, once again, you'll notice that the mission complete time is 7 hours. But in actuality, it took me just over 3. The reason for that is simple. I reviewed the footage the first time I attempted to play this chapter and decided that I didn't like it. Once again, mostly commentary or a lack thereof, but also performance-wise, like I missed a few things. But so I redid the chapter. So this is my next attempt, and it stuck, so we are good. And also, we did a few things. We reached Kirin Jindosh without alerting anyone in the mansion, including Jindosh himself. We retrieved Anton Sokolov without alerting or destroying the Clockwork soldier in the assessment chamber. That took plenty of fucking save scums, as you saw. We blasted our way through the walls of the black market shop, and we robbed the ticket booth at the Aventa carriage station. And with that, we are going to leave it off here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like or subscribe. If not, leave a comment below letting me know what I can do to improve. And as always, guys, until the next time, ciao.